Hi everyone, this is Ernest Pecounis. I'd like to thank you very much for coming back to my channel. Yesterday I had my 3rd year anniversary since I had the stroke. It happened in this building right behind me that I'm pointing to. That used to be my office. They moved us to a new location now. But the last 3 years have been nothing but a mixed bag of memories, a lot of ups and a lot of downs, and today I'd like to talk to you about them, share with you a few things that happened in the last 3 years, and of course still where I am today. Stick around and I'll tell you more. Hello again, this is Ernest Pecounis. I'm at my my former workplace, and I say former because only geographically it's not the same. They moved us to a new building, still in this area, but it's not the exact same. So anyway, now I'm working from home, and hopefully I'll stay there. Anyway, I'm not here to tell you about my work arrangements, but rather what is happening. As I said in my introduction, 3 years have passed since I had the stroke, and today is 3 years plus 1 day. I'm glad to be here. Yesterday was kind of stormy. We had an unusual storm that came out of nowhere basically, so I could not do a video like this. Whereas today, oh well, you can pretty much tell. Actually, you cannot tell because it's not really, it's too shiny. Let me see if I can fix that a little bit for you. Let me see. It's still not looking that great, but yeah, it is a much better day. It's a sunnier day. So here I am again. I'm sorry about this unusual style of videography. I'm not used to carrying a camera and just walking around. I'm not a vlogger, and I'm surely not an experienced YouTuber. I do have equipment, but I just, right now we'll focus more on recovery rather than anything else. So 3 years have passed. I had a hemorrhagic stroke. Those of you more familiar with strokes, hemorrhagic stroke actually makes up about 15 to 20% at most of the stroke cases, and 40% of the deaths come from hemorrhagic stroke. So that's a pretty serious form of stroke, as you can imagine. Luckily for me, it was caught early enough, and within 30-40 minutes I was in the ICU. So I have a lot to be thankful about. I'm thankful about this beautiful day because it's pretty good for me to be out here in the open on this beautiful, cool day. I mean, it's warm, but it's a cool breeze that makes up for it. So I'm pretty happy about it. As you can see, maybe it's kind of bright. It's too bright out there. Anyway, during the last 3 years, it has been a roller coaster, no question about it. It has been a series of ups and downs, and the ups, thankfully for me, outweighed the downs because basically they carried more importance. I did not allow the downs to bring me down, but I can't say that I was comfortable. The vision is still an issue, and in fact in the last 12 months it has gone a bit downhill, to be honest with you. The entire recovery has gone downhill in the last 12 months. I heard somewhere in the video that the 3rd year is sometimes very unusual, kind of unpredictable, and surely not a good experience for most stroke patients. So probably that's exactly what happened to me too. It was not a series of positive things. It was, I would say, 75% bad, 25% good. Sorry, I keep staring behind me. I'm not used to talking, on the phone, and I don't like to have anybody behind me appearing out of nowhere, thinking I'm crazy or something. So anyway, I was saying that 25 was positive, 75% was negative, and basically it feels pretty odd, especially in the head, pretty unusual. So let me move now. Okay, here we are again. Kind of sat a little bit on the table nearby, and I'm still experimenting, of course, but maybe you can hear the wind a little bit, so I apologize for that. The audio is not going to be the best, and I don't want to start screaming. I keep staring back at me all the time. I'm sorry about it. I feel kind of weird. So I was saying that my recovery was mostly 75% negative, 25% positive, which means that some things went backwards. Balance-wise, I'm still walking around without the cane, of course, but I'm still losing a little bit of the balance. I get tired occasionally, and the bedroom is on the second floor, so I have a good way of testing how well I can move around. I find myself sometimes hitting on things, I don't lose my balance, but somehow that's not the best one either. I don't know what causes that, but anyway, my head still feels from time to time that it will explode. So it's not really what it should be. It's very, very unstable in that sense. Sometimes I have peaceful moments, but sometimes I don't. In some ways, I wish I could rid my head of any thoughts that currently preoccupy my mind. Well, for one, I wish I could retire, but that is not possible. And of course, long-term disability, which can be justified by the fact that my vision is getting less and less capable of dealing with, computers. And look, I'm an IT guy. What is an IT guy that cannot see the screen clearly? And when I deal with things, and I'm required to demonstrate problem-solving skills, well, that's what I mean by disability. I'm not 100%. I'm nowhere near, and it's not the same like other people say. Oh, as I'm getting older, my vision is getting blurrier. I cannot hear very well. It's not the same. Okay, it is not the same. No comparison. So, knowing that, assuming I'll still be around when I get old enough to retire, I look forward to that, because I'd like to remove some of those responsibilities that have been flooding my head and preoccupying my brain. Will that fix the problem? No, but it will definitely lighten up my schedule, and surely free up a little bit of the energy that I'm spending currently. Of course, I don't want to sound bitter or ungrateful. I'm grateful to have a job. I'm grateful for my colleagues, for my manager. I hope they're all blessed and they're well. They're doing their best to accommodate my needs. I just feel bad that I cannot be 100%, or at least be the kind of worker that I was, more up to the task. I still have some ambitions, but I don't know how far I'm gonna go. I'm really, really looking forward to retiring rather than the next step in my career, and I'm not even 55 yet. Well, this is precisely what the stroke has done. Some people go through this at earlier stages, like my mother did, and she was able to recover, although she still had some issues. So I don't know what to say. I'll stop here for now. So vision is not, of course, the only issue that I have to deal with. Balance or thinking, trying to think and participate in the process. There are a lot of things that are happening inside. I feel them, I just don't see them. So definitely I have to go get an MRI, because this October, I'm assuming everybody's doing okay. I hope I'm alive and well. I'll need to go overseas. I need to go to Greece to exhume my mother's body, because the place where she was buried was actually a rental, and after 3 years we have to do that. Certainly a very emotional moment it will be for me. Related to the stroke, of course, it's not just the emotional part, but the physical part. As I'm still feeling the pressure here, in the whole area, but mostly on the left side, I just feel the pressure. And that pressure is not good, especially when you need to fly. And this is going to be a long flight. Most definitely 2 airplanes, 2 flights that we'll need to take. I can't say I'm looking forward to the trip, but I'll definitely need an MRI. And some of you might have noticed that I have a Slayer t-shirt. You may wonder why. Well, Slayer is my favorite band, and yes, I do listen to Slayer a lot. And the relationship between Slayer and stroke, my stroke, is that when I went for the MRI, I was asked what kind of music I would like to hear, and I said Slayer. And bless their heart, they found Slayer, which was amazing. I can't believe they did it. They found that and they played that for me, along with some other heavy metal. And I was kind of sort of headbanging in there. They were trying to keep me calm. That was the only pleasant memory from the MRI, I guess. So I'll definitely need to do that as well. Some of you may already know that I live in Raleigh, North Carolina. And I love the place. You can see back there is downtown. This is an area called Dorothea Dix, and this area was dedicated to the mentally ill, and right now it's still the Department of Health and Human Services that operates out of this campus. I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but the city of Raleigh managed to purchase this park. We still have some offices here, but we're going to have to move away. But of course, the positive thing is that the park is open to the people, and it's amazing that these grounds here were part of a healing process, and that healing process is still relevant here. Right here. It's still very important to me that I recover, and I feel very relaxed just being here. Every now and then I get the breeze and it feels so good. I will admit that this is one of the best experiences, because as I said before, the stroke, in my case, stroke recovery has taken some sort of a downward movement. The direction is not the desired one, and to be honest with you, being out in the open is good. That's good. So if you can get out there, get some sun, not directly under the sunlight, because that would be too harsh these days, but stay out in the open, breathe some fresh air. I don't feel allergies, even though I have allergies. I have this problem. And the last thing I need is pollen. But it's not a pollen season. Still, there's some grasses out there. So that would definitely contribute negatively to my recovery, without a doubt. Being out in the open is good. My family and I, my wife and my son, went to see Kiss about a month ago. And, you know, I thought that was going to be a really difficult experience because of all the lights, you know, flashing at you. Evidently, you know, I felt pretty good. That was actually a pretty good day for me. And it had to do a lot with being out in the open and my eyes, you know, dealing more with depth of field. I can't look at the lens for too long. It's not a good thing. It's okay to focus on things close to you, but you have to really move your eyes away from one item, from one subject to another. And for some reasons, I've been getting pauses from my camera. I don't know why. It has plenty of juice there. I don't understand why. I've not been able to determine that. It does not have a limit, and therefore I cannot tell why. So anyway, I'm saying that my wife and I and our son, we all went to a Kiss concert. We had a great time, and definitely I recommend, and every opportunity you have to take it. Get out there, you know, do something out in the open if you can, if the day allows. Stay hydrated, okay? Do not allow dehydration to happen, because that will be one of the worst nightmares. Definitely, you don't want to have a heat stroke. So, let me move forward. Is there anything else I want to tell you? No. I think I pretty much said it. 75% backwards, 25% forward. So basically it means that I've gone a bit backwards. I am hoping that next year around this time I'll be able to tell you more about the 4th year of my recovery. I don't want to depress you with any negative things. I do want to say though that I'm looking forward to making more videos unrelated to stroke. I know I've been promising that and it did not happen. So let's say for now, let's wrap things up. Stay healthy is the only thing that I'm going to say to you. Do everything in your power to remain healthy. Do everything you can, because it's not going to be easy either being a stroke patient or being around somebody who needs your help. Also I want to say Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers out there. If you have a pet, that counts too. My father and I did not really look eye to eye, did not see things eye to eye. I did not grow up with my father. In fact, I grew up with my grandparents on my mother's side after she had the stroke and she had to move. So I wish things were different, but I know that he was a good man. He had a good heart, and he was a veteran, a U.S. Army Second World War veteran. He went to the war when he was still in his late teens. Something to be proud of, I guess, for me. And you know, even though I only lived with him for about a year, I want to be able to wish him a happy Father's Day where he is right now. He passed away many years ago. And I'm hoping that all of you are gonna have a pleasant Father's Day. Make the most of it. Make the most of it. Thank you very much.